Hey everybody, welcome back to the 2014 Insight Innovation Exchange, brought to you by Green Book and Gen 2 Advisors, proudly presented and sponsored by Research Now. My name is Ben Smithy, CEO of Spike Market Analytics, and today I'm sitting here with Mr. Eric Meerkamper of RIWI. Eric, thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks so much, this is great.
So talk to me a little about Insight Innovation Exchange, your experience so far, and what brought you out.
Well, my experience started a year ago. We were the winners of the Insight Innovation Award, and that was huge. We really weren't that known. Winning just kind of put us on the map of a lot of different people, our clients at the time, and it's been great. It's really, what's interesting about this, I think it's not just an event, it's really a network, it's a family in some ways. No, but it's true. I mean, afterwards, just the people you connect with and reconnect with, and to me, that's what I like about this conference. It does live beyond. It kind of keeps going. Somewhere you go and you see someone a year later. It does seem to keep building. And I mean, just the size, as in Amsterdam as well, which was great. And you can just see that momentum. So it's I love it. It's great.
Excellent. Talk to me about innovation within RIWI and how you guys are sort of pushing the envelope with what you're doing.
Yeah, so our innovation is a global data capture tool. So we're able to survey people everywhere in the world. I think what's interesting is that when it was developed, it wasn't developed for market research. It was actually developed in an academic setting for global pandemic research. And so I guess it's innovative and until we brought it to the industry here, we hadn't really thought about it as trying to innovate the industry itself. So, and I've seen that as interesting. Some of the other people here, they're definitely people who have deep roots in market research, but a lot who aren't. And I think the whole definition of what is the industry, what is in, what is not, is changing as well. So I'm excited. I think there's a lot of things around the industry that are going to be, organizations and processes that are going to be disintermediated, obviously. But at the same time, I think the role of the market researcher possibly is more important now than it ever has been, to really be that translator amongst all these different tools and all this data. Yeah. Never before has data been so important in driving organizations forward. At the same time, data is coming from all over the place, and that can be a challenge for, I think, some people, whether you can make that leap.
Yeah, that synthesis, sort of that aggregation, data coming from all sides and putting all these tools together. With regard to that, what have you seen here? What things have kind of caught your eyes and caught your ears about where you guys might want to be looking into next? Are things that you want to either incorporate into what you're doing, partner with someone else, what things, or something just of interest in general?
Yeah, I guess, for me, and just looking over last year how things have changed, is I think the ability to triangulate problems and people recognizing that any solution is going to need a variety of different tools to get towards it, right? And I think everyone seems to be talking about integration more, realizing that they can answer some of the problem. So for ourselves, as we try and keep, as RIWI, we want to be really flexible so we can plug in, whether we're behind the scenes. We're trying to focus really just on keep improving what we're doing. And for example, visualization, there are people doing great stuff. I just want to partner with them. Right. Other interfaces, analysis. So for us, we're not trying to go broader. It's just getting deeper and deeper and better at the thing that we do. And I think there's this general sense. I think people are becoming much more open, or just realizing they have to start bringing these different tools together.
In order to really satisfy what the client needs to move forward and what these brands need in order to stay innovative themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. I think so much has changed and so quickly. And frankly, there's so many people who are not here, who don't even know this industry exists, and probably will have significant impact. And like I said, for a client, it's very hard to stay ahead of that. Like they're busy running their business, Right. So to know why this tool, that tool, and because even the tools are changing as well. Exciting, but somewhat terrifying times.
Absolutely. I think that's exciting, though.
Yeah,
Let's talk about people for a second here.
Yeah.
It's people that still run our industry and people that make our industry great. There's a lot of the universities, the MSMR programs that are really looking to cultivate and really bring up young, awesome rock star talent to the industry, attract other young, brilliant people and brilliant minds to our industry. Aside from the hard skills, right, because those are pretty easy to nail down, analytical skills, visualization skills, programming skills, whatever it may be, right, traditional research skills. Aside from the hard skills, What are those soft personalities, personas? Who, if you will, is the future researcher, that young rock star researcher? Who is that going to be? What do they act like, sound like, you know?
Yeah, well, I do think the ability to synthesize is critical, right? So you definitely need the deep analytical people. You really need both. And I think you can be extremely successful. In our group, we have people who are data scientists and think on levels I don't understand. I'm a political scientist background, right? And so I think one skill set will be those people who will be able to make the not unintentional, but maybe the less obvious connections. We're looking at a problem and being able to come in sort of laterally from it. And then, so to me, it is a combination. That wide sort of lateral view, and then also that deep cut, because there is the risk of bouncing on the surface, and there's the risk of just sinking in quicksand. So I don't know if there's one person. I do think organizations have to think of their overall structure and have those people. I'd be more on that flexible and quickly adopt things side, less on the technical.
Yeah, that whole nimble, agile organization and agile research, even in the methods and stuff that we do, is really hot right now.
Yeah, but I agree. I think that the challenge too is to make sure that agile doesn't replace perseverance. It's a kind of the old, you chase two rabbits, you don't catch one.
Yeah.
Right? You just sort of say there's so much change, and you end up you're just kind of shuffling chairs, and you're not really getting beyond that. So there's no answer, but you do need to have that flexibility. And people always talk about tolerance for risk.
Yep.
And that's easier said usually on the supplier side than on the client side.
Right.
But I think that is something organizations have to accept risk, but the biggest thing about that is being able to do it very quickly, because the longer it takes, the more you're invested. And
feel fast, feel early.
Yeah, exactly.
Eric, thanks so much for your time.
This is great. Thank you.
Great insights.
Thank you for doing this.
And enjoy the rest of the conference, man.
I will. Thanks.
Excellent. You guys heard it here at the 2014 Insight Innovation Exchange. My name is Ben Smithy, and you just heard from Mr. Eric Meerkamper of RIWI. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.